Why God allows us to go through divine detours in our lives is because He allows detours in our lives to create intimacy with us that won't let us turn away from Him no matter what happens. He allows detours in our lives to create intimacy with us that won't let us turn away from Him no matter what happens. There is a level of intimacy that you get from pain. There is a level of intimacy that you get through sacrifice. There's a level of intimacy you get at that moment when you are alone, at the moment when you are struggling, at the moment when things seem not to be working out well for you. Listen to me. Allow God to do what He wants to do in your life. Allow Him. Allow Him. It might be painful. Allow Him. It might be stressful. Allow Him. It might not be convenient. Allow Him. You might be confused about it. You might be frustrated about it, but He's working something out. So all you have to do, just make sure that you have a good relationship with Him, that you are intimate with Him, and just relax. Every other thing will make sense. In the book of Exodus chapter 13 verse 17, He said He led them through that way so that they will not turn their backs. There are things that God is not giving you right now so that you will not forsake Him. There are things that God is not giving you right now so that you will not leave Him. There are things that God is not giving you now so that you will not turn to somebody that He did not create you to be. There are things that are not happening in your life right now simply because you might be saying, oh, what of this other person? What of that other person? What of that other person? Your journey with God is peculiar, people. Your journey with God is different. Your journey with God that's unique. That is why He's taking His time. And finally, why God allows us to go through divine detours in our lives is because He uses detours to showcase His glory, both to our enemies and for the sake of our faith. He uses detours to showcase His glory, both to our enemies and for the sake of our faith. John chapter 9 verse 1 to 3. John chapter 9 verse 1 to 3. God uses those detours so that He can showcase His glory in our lives. So that our enemies will look and see that there is a God in heaven. So that they can also look, and at the end of the day, our faith can be increased in Him. Listen to me, people of God. Have you been diverted? Have you been deviated from what you think is your plan? From what you think is your intention? Relax. God is working something out. Relax. God has you in plan. Relax. God is up to something. If He could hide His Son, Jesus Christ, in Egypt for a while, there is a reason why He's hiding you right now. There's a reason why He's keeping you where you are right now. See, learn the lessons that you can from it quicker. Stop complaining. Stop saying, oh, it's better for me to go back to Egypt. Since I gave my life to Christ, things seem to be difficult. Since I gave my life to Christ, things seem to be more complicated. And it's better I was in the world. Let me know what I'm doing. But listen to me. The reason why God is allowing you to take this journey is so that when you turn back, you can comfortably say, I can't go back to the place where I used to come from. I can't go back. I can't go back. I can't go back. Do I have a company of people who can say, I can't go back to the place where I used to be? Because God has dealt with me. God has shown me His glory. God has led me through the wilderness of life, through the complication of life. He has led me through circumstances that have proved that His unconditional love is with me. Listen to me. God loves us unconditionally, and He protects us from unbearable temptations all around. The same God will never abandon you. The same God will strengthen you even in the times of your weakness. The same God will always help you. That is why I want you to know that no matter how difficult the journey is, no matter how complicated it is right now, God has a plan, and God is with you, and He will see you through. And like David in the Bible, you can comfortably say, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, because this is my assurance, this is my confidence. This is my firm belief. This is my faith that he who is with me will never fail me. That he who is walking with me is ever through. That he who is for me is greater than those who are against me. This is my confidence. It might be a detour, but the detour is not my destination. Somebody did not hear me this morning. It may be a detour, but the detour is not my destination. It's only a detour. Give your neighbor a high five and tell the person, it's only a detour. It's only a detour. It is not your destination. So one thing I know is that this may be a diversion. I know this may be a deviation, but this is not my destination. Eventually, I will get to my destination. Eventually, all this problem will make sense. Eventually, all this pain will make sense. Eventually, God will do with me what he has said he will do with me from time immemorial. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can limit it. Nothing wanting. Nothing broken. No limitation on every side. This is my confidence. Rise on your feet as we give God a praise.